Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our JustNoMil. In today's episode, an FMIL always has an ulterior motive. What to do? I'm still young, not married, no kids. Should I stick around with my boyfriend even though his mom is awful? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. an FMIL always has an ulterior motive. I wrote almost a year ago about JustNoMil throwing a fit because me, 24, and my 25, planned a trip to Hawaii without getting her permission. Now I am going to vent about all my frustrations. And I moved in together almost a year ago, and boy was JustNoMil pissed. She actually tried to sabotage the whole move by telling the landlord that is not responsible and will not be able to afford rent. Luckily, I knew the landlord and told her JustNoMil is crazy and doesn't want her precious baby to leave her. That is a whole other story for another day. Flash forward a year, and here we are in a small one-bedroom with no parking. Not bad for a starter apartment, but we were given the opportunity by my uncle to rent his two-bedroom house in a fantastic neighborhood for cheap, so we jumped on it. We called JustNoMil to let her know we were moving. She freaked out and hung up on me. She owns SO's car, and it is under her name. When he gets a parking ticket/speeding ticket, she gets mad because her job has a security clearance and they question her. So has driven that car for 5 years and even offered her to buy it. But she wants it in her name for control purposes. She throws it in SO's face, says she can take his car and that she is still the boss, lol. Guess who just bought a car from Carvana a couple of hours ago? This girl. I can't wait until So drops off her dingy car and her grasps on our life are finally cut. Spending so much money has never felt better. Her last tiny bit of control gone forever and switched for a hot new set of wheels. I will update you all after she has a full-on meltdown when we drop off the car. Can't wait. Awesome sauce. Bye-bye, Mom. Now, please, tell me that So doesn't have any joint bank accounts with his mom. If he does, please, make him withdraw all the $$ tomorrow and open a new account in his name only at a different bank. Oh, and he isn't sharing a phone account with her, is he? If so, adios old phone. Hello new phone plan. Edit. For some reason, I'm not able to reply to some of the replies to this comment. I wasn't thinking that withdrawing all funds would amount to closing the account, but I can see why a bank would assume that. So I'll revise my thought. Withdraw all but $20 or $25 and go on one's merry way. He does have his phone with her. I am working on switching that over because I have a free line on my plan, but it's a different carrier and he doesn't want to switch numbers. My car is currently in my parents' name. I paid a $3,000 down payment and it was up to my dad to figure out how much I had left to pay after insurance. My parents took my previous car on vacation and got into an accident on the highway, totaling it. I was told by my mom to just write a check for $300 a month and they would tell me when it's paid off. I refused to make any additional payments until I knew exactly how much I have left. It's been 8 months and I still don't know how much I have left to pay, and I still haven't made any additional payments. At this point, I have enough money to cut them a check for the total remaining balance, but I'm pretty sure that even if I pay it all off, they will want to keep it in their name for insurance until I move out. I guess the end game here is you end up contributing $3,000 to your parents' car. It's so sad when grown people, seems to be mainly the moms, can't adjust to the loss of control when the kids grow up and resort to such bizarre and damaging behaviors. I hope you two are never in a position where you need her assistance, as she will make your life a living hell. Please say you are driving your new car and So driving the old car back to his parents. Then he hops into new car and drives merrily away with you into a bright future. What to do? His words through text after not speaking for a few days, and him being really passive-aggressive with me. He will never be ready for anything. I know ABD, that's why I feel bad, because I got a high from being done with tax season and was excited and I led you on, and I'm sorry about I really am it, But when it came down to it, it was too much financially, and it is easier said than done for it to be a starter. Life happens, and I want to be closer to both of our families and friends. You know, it's very difficult for me to be so far, especially how I work remote. I just wasn't ready for this, and I'm sorry, but I actually had a mental breakdown. Background: I moved to a new city for school, and boyfriend followed me at his own free will. His mother wasn't happy at the time, and still talks about it till this day, how he left her, and she doesn't know what to do without him. Fast forward. We're living here for almost 2 years, and we got engaged recently. We decided to wedding plan, but also look at houses. We seem to have been outgrowing our apartment. We put an offer, and it was accepted, and he proceeded to tell his mom and dad, and they were not happy. There was a lot of manipulation and ultimatums given. They won't be in our lives as much if we move into this house. We'll deal with the consequences of not having them around, or our future kids not knowing their grandparents. Also, the mother proceeded to mention, "What if I get sick? You're so far away. Don't you realize what you're giving up? I can find you a house, and you can live with me once you move back home." My fiancé backed out of the accepted offer and told me he hoped I respected his decision and not to shut him out. I haven't spoken to him since, and we've been avoiding each other. It seems to me he's been acting like the victim. I am so saddened to think they persuaded him this way into thinking it was a life or death situation to buy a home for a short time. What to do? As I do not look at his parents the same way, and I look at my fiancé differently too, for not having a backbone into saying this is our life, not theirs. Any advice? Thoughts? Please be kind. I'm new to this thread and just hoping to get some help. Thank you all. Edit. I am 29F and he's 31M. Will he 32 in few months. We started our lives here, and we had spoke about moving back home once we established our own roots where we currently are. There's been many times where his mom will tell me, "I hope you're not moving there permanently," or she'll tell him, "If you move there for good, what I'll do with myself." It has been trouble for some time, but didn't think the house would be the cherries on top. Well, he's shown you who he is. Are you content with always taking a back seat to his parents' view? Will his parents choose your wedding date, your wedding venue, name your children? In addition to deciding where you live, of course. If I were you, I would take this as the giant red flag that it is and cut ties with this man. He's not for you. You need a grown-up who can make his own decisions. All of this. He's too much under mommy's thumb. You and your own family will never hold priority with him. Cut your losses now. I'm sorry you're hurting. It's miserable to have happy plans so harshly interrupted. This is probably hard to think about just now, but it's a gift that your boyfriend revealed himself to you before you got married. Now you can make some decisions about your future without the added weight of shared property and the various burdens that come with marriage. This is a chance for you both to examine and, if appropriate, work on your relationship. You'll hear from some people here that this would be a deal breaker for them. Please consider that possibility for yourself. Your boyfriend's parents aren't going to get better. He might or might not grow a spine towards them. Please, think long and hard about your future. I think you do know what to do, but you wish that wasn't your reality. Unfortunately, it seems like you can't have what you truly want with him, so you're left with two disappointing, for now, options. You can either continue a relationship with him wherein you treat him like a priority while he treats you like an option, or you can cut your losses and move on. You seem to be young and have a lot going for you. Demand the life you want and deserve. If that's not with him, you'll find it elsewhere. I'm still young, not married, no kids. Should I stick around with my boyfriend even though his mom is awful? I'm great on paper. I'm young, smart, fit, successful, good background, good school, entrepreneur, etc. I'm every parent's dream kid, but my boyfriend's mom hates me. To make this very short and simple, I went on vacation with my boyfriend, his mom, and her boyfriend. The first week, his mom's boyfriend was disrespecting me, and my character left and right. The second week, his mother was being very clingy with him and gaslighting him to spend all his time with her while pushing me behind, physically as well. She admitted that she didn't want me to marry him till I was 28, and she wanted her son to spend time with her as he was becoming someone else's man and not her son and being mean to her. She compared me to her other son's fiancé, even though I have been dating my boyfriend for 3 years, and she's known her new daughter-in-law for less than a year and now getting married. I cried and cried on this trip and considered breaking up. Not only did she disrespect me, she also disrespected my family, and I have never been treated like this in my life. After the trip, I avoided her and swore to never see them again. Truthfully, everything about my boyfriend and our relationship is perfect if it wasn't for his family. He is caught in the middle defending me, but once he speaks to her, it's like he's brainwashed. He says we hurt his mom and need to spend more time with her. After explaining my side, she said she wanted to talk to apologize. Her excuses for treating the way she did was because she didn't know, or it was because of my behavior and a misunderstanding. The only thing they have against me is that I had an upset facial expression during the entire vacation. Maybe because I was upset, I had my very first panic attack and held back tears every time I was with them. They say I'm a princess and unmannered if I don't carry their bags, food, etc. They throw tantrums if things don't go their way and say snarky remarks to my face that makes me very uncomfortable. It's been a month and I haven't gone to have the talk because truthfully I can feel a panic attack just thinking about it. She then tells him 2 days ago if I don't come to talk then she won't make effort to fix this and that I am stubborn/don't like her. If she is really sorry, why can't she give me time to process and heal? I feel like she only wants to apologize so her son doesn't hate her. His brother also said if I don't make the effort to talk to his mom. Am I truly the one? I don't know about everyone else, but I really need some space and time to heal from this. His family rushing me to come and apologize for my upset face/accept their apology seems like they don't care how much pain and anxiety they put me through, as if I'm just something on a checklist. My boyfriend is stressed and lies to his mom that he's with his friends instead of me because she will say, "Why don't you spend time with me or take me out on a date?" She calls him multiple times when I'm out with him, and she cried because he was leaving her. I wish his family could just focus on their relationships and I'll focus on mine. Do I break up? My boyfriend is pushing me too, but says I don't have to have the talk. Very back and forth. I'm only 21, why should I deal with this? But our relationship is so good, and I don't know if I can move on or find someone like him. Update. He said, "Okay, I understand. They weren't really rushing you, but I was. Because I was being selfish and thinking about my own problems, and I'm sorry for downplaying how you felt and rushing you. Take the time you need. Nobody dislikes you or hates you for it. I just said some harsh things because I was just trying to fix the situation as soon as possible instead of taking account of how you felt. It's not that she dislikes you, she feels like you're not comfortable with her, so she just saying she not going to care about it anymore. Take it from me, if your future MIL is treating you like trash and your man isn't telling her to shove it where the sun doesn't shine, you will regret staying with him big time. He's awful right there with her, and that's the way they want it. Walk away before this hell becomes your life. She will never stop her behavior, and he's got no backbone. This is no way to live." My situation was similar, except her crazy didn't come out until after we had already married and started having kids. Can confirm, this will be your life. My husband also had no backbone. The loneliness in a situation like this is next level. I was miserable. We ended up almost divorcing after 12.5 years married, but he woke up to what was happening and went no contact. If you stay, just know things will likely get worse once babies come along. My advice would be to really think about this. Proceed with caution. Toss this one back out into the sea. You deserve to be respected. His mother ridiculed you, humiliated you, and disrespected you. His response is to have you spend time with her because she's hurt?
Hell no.
If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.